So since Spider-Man Brand New Day is officially out, I figured let's go ahead and do a full-on ranking of Spider-Man movies from the worst to the best. The Spider-Verse films will be included, and this list is officially updated with Brand New Day being released. So without further ado, we're going to go back and forth on we're going to go, you go first and I'll go next with our ranking. So at the bottom, what's your bottom ranking?
I mean, this one's a no-brainer. It gotta be Brand New Day. No, I'm just kidding. It gotta be Far From Home, man. That movie was just not really a Spider-Man movie. The action was boring to say the least. No memorable scenes. The relationship with MJ and Peter was just so lame. I have little to no positive things to say about this movie, man.
The best part in the movie was Mysterio phasing out from being MJ and being like, oh, now you're gay.
Sucker. Now you're people.
He should have been. That would have made the movie a 10, man. Yeah, if gave Peter the illusion that he was making out with MJ and it was a dude, though. Maybe it would have made the movie a lot more memorable. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I guess you guys wouldn't be surprised that the bottom ranking for me is also Far From Home. So I just not a lot that I really like about the movie. Now, in terms of filmmaking and production, it's fine. I mean, that's never been the bad aspect. The bad aspect is that it's not really a Spider-Man movie, and a lot of the lessons that Peter learns in this film really affects his character arc from the last film. And it's like John Watts. I like him as a director, but he really took High Schooler a little bit too literally, especially with decisions he was making as more plot devices more than actual decision making. Like, you're going to hand multi-million-dollar classes that control drones over to a guy you just met. That was very lazy. The Mysterio sequences were cool and almost convinced me that it was better than another Spider-Man film that's going to be probably next on the list. But after rewatching it, it's just not a very great entry in the Spider-Man films for me personally. So I guess we'll have next up for you.
All right. So next up is also probably no surprise. It's Homecoming. Yeah, man. A lot of the same issues with Far From Home is the issues that I have with Homecoming. Now, I will say Homecoming does actually feel like a Spider-Man movie this time around. But again, the action isn't all that great. Spider-Man isn't quipping. We're doing way too much with the whole Iron Boy thing. Why was that such a huge thing for these movies? I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. And some of the comedy was funny. I did laugh a few times, but they went way too hard and heavy-handed with the whole awkward freaks and geeks high school thing. Yeah, I hated MJ. I'm sorry. You guys are losers. I'm gonna give you the middle finger for no reason. Dude, it's not funny. It's so lame. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Next up on my list is also going to be Homecoming as well. I do, after rewatching it, I liked it a lot more than Far From Home. The villain was definitely better. Yeah. I mean, Vulture arguably could be top 10 MCU villains. I know we could go back and forth on that, but if you really look at it, he's more like the Walter White MCU,
he was just
I'm doing this for my family. But he was great. I also love the sequence where he says, get up, Spider-Man, get up, Spider-Man. I love that scene too. Best scene in the whole movie, in my opinion.
Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man. Oh, come on, Spider-Man.
Also, really like the kind of opening scene where he kind of was going around to the neighborhoods and kind of doing different things. He wets the dude's hands to the car and he's like, I'm trying to break into my car here. He's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, I did. And he gave us a funny Stan Lee cameo. Don't make me come down there, you punk. But that was really good too. But the problem I have with it is that it doesn't have a wow factor. It didn't feel particularly Spider-Man to me. It felt more like he was trying to impress Iron Man more than anything else, which I get that's what they're going for, but that's not really Spider-Man. And the other big problem too is really, it's not really a character arc that really mattered when you looked at after this film, because you thought he was going to be more on his own after this. But in Infinity War, he got the Iron Spider, then in Far From Home, he got way more too. So I think that Homecoming isn't the worst Spider-Man film, and it's not even a bad movie. It's just that I don't look at it as a really good Spider-Man movie.
It's not something I plan on rewatching often. Another problem I had with the movie also was that in Tom's introduction in Civil War. The dude took out Bucky. He took out Falcon.
You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude.
He helped take out Ant-Man. He gave Cap a little bit of a run for his money. I mean, Cap would have whooped his ass, but he gave him a little bit of something. And then in this movie, they dumbed him down so much. Like in terms of his fighting style and everything, he seemed like he had no idea what he was doing. When in Civil War, he seemed incredibly competent. I really don't get what the decision there was. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it was definitely a character regression from Civil War, for sure. It definitely didn't even seem like the same character.
It really did.
Next up on the list, I don't know if this is for you too, but my mind has changed. TASM 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah, TASM 2, man.
Yeah. TASM 2 is a film with lots of high highs, and the highs are very high in this film. The web swinging is incredible. The suit is probably next to Tom's newer suit, is one of the best Spider-Man suits we've ever gotten on screen, hands down. Love the big bug eyes, love the different web patterning. Looks a lot like the Ultimates. Love it. And also, the unpopular opinion, I do like Max Dillon as a villain. And the reason why I say that is because Electro in the comics is not very memorable at all. Like, he's basically a day of the week villain in that as well, in the comic books. Like, he's never been an interesting character. And this one, I felt like they gave him a little bit more intrigue. And I did, on some level, meanwhile, they did Jamie Foxx very dirty.
Okay? You alright?
Just Spider-Man.
Costume gives it away, huh? But this is pretty important, Max.
How do you know my name?
It's written on your badge.
I'm a nobody.
Hey, you're not a nobody. You're somebody. Like that. All right, listen to me.
He did have a very sympathetic story. He was very much like the Jim Carrey Riddler of this movie. And I do love Gwen and Peter's relationship throughout the film. They are probably the best couple out of all the Spider-Man movies for sure. And then also the action sequences were just amazing. I love the death of Gwen Stacy in that film. It's probably the most tragic death I think I've seen in Spider-Man movies, and probably just Marvel movies in general. That I didn't think they would actually go through with it, and that was a pleasant surprise. Where the film really starts to fail is in the story. A lot of things feel like set up for Sony Sinister Six, and a lot of characters are rushed in. Paul Giamatti as the Rhino is freaking terrible. Twilight 67. I'm like, what are we doing, man?
The CG of his head, it was almost as bad as Mark Ruffalo in the Hulkbuster.
Oh, you guys are so screwed now.
The CG for Rhino looks so goofy.
Yeah, man. and Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn. Oh my god.
Peter. Then why did they give him such so many yellow teeth? Like, why was his teeth so yellow?
He was an actual goblin.
It just looked so ugly and stupid.
Stupid, man. Horrible.
Like, yeah, man. Some of the more positives I can talk about though is I really do like how some of the scenes were filmed, like when he saved the people in Times Square and he pressed his thumb on the wave shooter to save everyone. That was really cool. I think the movie also looked really pretty. Like,
it's probably arguably the best looking Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, like
arguably
the colors, like Electro's blue was really blue. You know, that sounds kind of stupid, but when you watch the movie, you know what I mean. And like the CG looked really good, and I like the fight with Electro and Spider-Man towards the end, and how when he was dashing through the little electric pylons, it was playing music and stuff. Like, like there was some really cool aspects of TASM 2, but like you said, the story was just
not great.
Yeah, it was just a little rough, man. They tried to set up way too much, and it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, a problem that Sony would continue on going with Morbius, a Madam Web movie. It's just not great, man. What was next on your list?
So next on my list, Spider-Man 3.
You know what? I thought our list would be a lot more divisive. I have Spider-Man 3 up next.
Yeah. You know, our brains are just interconnected. That's how it goes.
That's how it got started.
I think in the top 5, we're going to disagree.
We're going to disagree a bit.
Like,
there.
but like the bottom movies, I think we kind of had the
same opinion.
Yeah, like Spider-Man 3. Although the movie isn't great, it does do some interesting things with its story. I do, as much as Bully Maguire is, and Emo Maguire, whatever, is really cringy. As much as he is cringy, I do like what they were doing. You know what I mean? He starts losing himself or whatever, and
Max MJ, who are you? I don't know.
flicks his jacket and the aura just knocks people down.
I'm like, what the freak is going on here, man?
The story just, again, overclouded with way too much stuff. There's too much going on, too much clutter. The movie is really memorable. It's iconic. It's funny. Some of the action sequences are cool, especially towards the end where Harry becomes Peter's friend again. Like, to this day, that scene gives me chills when Sandman's about to kill him and then the bomb goes, he's like, doo-doo-doo. He's like, oh shit, who's that? And then that was still a cool scene to me. I lost my shit as a kid. I still lose it now. I love that scene. That's all I pretty much have to say about Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3 is like eating a really good cheeseburger, but then when you have the aftertaste, you're like, oh, so like it has a lot of great moments up front. Like I thought the setup in the film was really good. New Goblin, I actually liked that character arc. Despite a lot of people, I do think it was a good character arc. The costume wasn't great, but it was literally a surfer dude. Yeah, no, right. He literally had a surfboard. But fighting, the choreography is really impressive in the film. I think the best fight scene was between Sandman and Black Suit Peter in that subway tunnel. Man. He grabs his face and just grinds it into the train. Memorable moment. And also, film's hilarious. I mean, it's very hilarious. Even though it's a bad film, you get entertainment from it because it's so laughably bad in some moments. That's fun. Also, love the fact that they tackle the fact that Peter becomes egotistical. Whereas in the last films, he wasn't quipping. He was a lot more isolated. But in this film, he's a lot more out there. He's quipping a lot more, and he's being overconfident to the point where he kisses MJ in front of everybody. And doing the same upside down kiss.
Oh, Gwen.
Yeah, he kisses Gwen, and then in front of MJ, right? Which I thought was just crazy. Also, Sandman in the movie, I thought he was really good in the film. You can tell that's a film that Sam Raimi definitely wanted to make more than anything else because it was the strongest part of the emotional element. And even though the Black Suit symbiote storyline wasn't handled the greatest, I can say that after watching those Tom Hardy films, I'm like, maybe this band wasn't so bad. Yeah, maybe,
Eyes locked, yes. So many snacks, so little time.
I'm like, all right, bro. And the emotional elements in the film definitely hit. Like, even like when goofy stuff happens, you do have moments like MJ getting slapped. Which was just like, whoa.
As a kid, I was like, damn, hold on.
My favorite scene in the movie visually was the bell tower scene. Sure.
Oh,
yeah, where he's ripping the thing off and it's grabbing his face and everything.
That's aura right there, man. I can't tell you, man. For the longest time, I had that as like my lock screen.
Yeah, I know, right?
On my phone as a kid.
Yeah, I know, right? They put that in the teaser for a reason because it looked phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
So next up on the list. Now, I'm not sure if you're gonna have the same opinion, but it's okay. I have Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, yeah, that's where we disagree.
All right.
I do not have No Way Home.
So the reason why I have Spider-Man: No Way Home here is because I think that the second half of the film is phenomenal. When the Green Goblin comes on the screen, Willem Dafoe, it is prime Spider-Man material. I love what they did with the 3 Spider-Men and kind of helping Tom Holland essentially become a better Spider-Man in this version. I love the consequences that came with everything. He actually experiences loss. I also love the fact that he essentially gives everything for the greater good, which felt so Spider-Man to me. And the action felt way better, especially that fight scene in the apartment where he throws him up on the freaking ceiling, catches him midair, and power drives him into the ground.
Just punching him, he's just sitting there laughing
at it. Improvised scene, by the way, phenomenal. It scared the heck out of people on the crew and everything. I thought that all that looked great. It was all great moments, just crowd pleasers for sure. Where the film kind of doesn't age as well for me is in the first half, because the first half is more of the same of what we got from other Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, where you thought, Mysterio giving out his identity was a big deal. But most that happened to him was paint getting thrown on him and, your friends can't get accepted to college. I thought enemies would be going after him. I thought people would be coming for him and his loved one's life would actually be more in danger. Never once experienced that. And there's a little bit of fun with Doc Ock being in there and there's fun with Sandman and Electro, but it's not really anything out of the ordinary. The second half is where it's exceptional, and that's why I had it that much lower.
So, Where you have No Way Home, I have TASM 1. I love TASM 1. Also, I want to preface this by saying the rest of this list I think are all good Spider-Man movies.
No, I think from when we get to Spider-Man 3, in my opinion, I think that they're good.
Yeah. I think these are movies that I do enjoy and that I do really like and think are good. I put TASM 1 there because as much as I love TASM 1 and I like its story, and I like Lizard probably more than most people, the movie just honestly doesn't have too much spectacle. There isn't really that big scene that I'm excited to see when I rewatch the movie. Now, that's not to say the action isn't cool. I really love the high school fight when Peter, he's like actually moving like a spider and webbing him up. That was really cool. I like the sewer scene. I like how smart and like detective like Peter was. Pizza Parker. Yeah, man.
Like you pronounce your P's so
yeah,
greatly.
I know. He
there.
said it was so much.
I know, right? Yeah.
Poor Peter Parker.
Yeah, dude. I really liked it. I like how heroic Peter felt in this movie. Hated the suit. You know, I'm gonna just toss that out there right now. We all hate the TASM 1 suit, but yeah, Peter. You know, he felt like Peter. He was quipping. He was and I loved his relationship with Gwen. I mean,
great relationship.
And Emma Stone and Andrew, their chemistry is just off the charts. Man.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
but yeah, like I said, also I love Captain Stacy. I thought he was such a great character in that movie, and I think you'll get to it when you named TASM 1, but it was something you said that I really agree with about Captain Stacy and I really love. But yeah, like I said, it's at this spot because I just can't think of a huge spectacle moment that I'm excited to see, but it's just overall a really tight, well-written Spider-Man story.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna kind of start getting into more of those details that I enjoy. Because next up I did have TASM 1, and I never thought that I would put it ever above Spider-Man No Way Home ever, especially since that was like the golden crown jewel for fans out there. But after rewatching The Amazing Spider-Man, and it's just like a lot I enjoy in that film. I do like the smarter side of Peter Parker in the film. As a Spider-Man, I think that arguably Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire. He really has the quipping down. He has the attitude down. Also, I think where the film kind of loses me a little bit at first is the beginning to almost middle part. And the reason why I say that is because you have the retreading of the origin. It's the exact same thing from Spider-Man Raimi, right? And then I'm like, the untold story is the retelling of Spider-Man 1, but just darker and grittier, and like Uncle Ben making a dumber decision at grabbing the gun when he didn't have to.
You gotta stop making fun. He just jumps at the
jumps
gun.
in front of it. I'm like, why'd you do that? And then the dude shoots him, and then I'm not sure you saw a YouTube poop of this, but they did a part where they edited in a machine gun.
No,
so he was like, so
I gotta watch that. I don't know what Ben was thinking, dude.
I don't know what he thought he was doing in that moment. Gwen and Peter's relationship in that movie, it helps that they were dating in real life, so that made a world of difference.
I didn't know that.
So that's why they had such great chemistry. And also, I really love the character arc they had, because whereas the movie in Spider-Man 1, he essentially becomes Spider-Man halfway through, it basically takes the whole movie for him to become Spider-Man in this one. The part where he became Spider-Man was where he saved the kid on the bridge.
Yeah.
And then that was a lesson that Captain Stacy was essentially telling them, you know, on the dinner scene, which I thought was hilarious.
Branzino?
Yeah, Branzino. Where the film's also kind of weak for me in some aspects is the Lizard, a not particularly memorable villain. He has his moments, but he's not very memorable. I don't remember a lot of action with him, except the high school fight. That's really about it. He's more of like a softer, rounder version of the Green Goblin, especially with the split personality. But other than that, it was a really fun movie, and the part that won me over on this when we were watching it was the crane scene where they had all the people in the cranes, and then you could see people in the city backing them up, and he starts swinging. That's when it won me over. So that's where I put it. That's why I put it a little bit higher.
Where you have TASM 1, I put No Way Home in my number 6 spot.
I'm not even mad at it. That's the thing.
Yeah, we alternated a little bit between those.
But it's not even anything that's heated.
Yeah.
Because I can see why people like it more.
So again, No Way Home, I like it less the more I watch it. It's not terrible or anything. I still think No Way Home is a great movie. I love the movie. But that first half is just so rough to get through. like you were saying, it's more or less the same thing with Far From Home and Homecoming. It's just this high school mumbo jumbo that really isn't all that endearing or fun to watch. Listen, I love Peter. I like, Ned, the CEO himself, but I really don't care if they can't get into MIT. It's not that emotionally gripping for me. I don't care for Zendaya and Tom's relationship in the movie. I did not like Zendaya's MJ at all up until Brand New Day, but we'll get to that. She just wasn't intriguing to me. She was just this depressed teen. I didn't find it fun. I don't really care about their relationship. Yeah, the Doc Ock fight was cool. Yeah, seeing Sandman and Electro was cool, but that first half just really wasn't on that fun. It was also kind of cringy with the whole Scooby-Doo this shit. Well, it's kind of your fault, so I know a few words like please or whatever. I'm like, dude,
I didn't like that.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. The movie was just rounding up villains up until we got to the apartment scene where I feel like the movie really kicked off. Once we got there, the movie's amazing.
Yeah.
And like I was saying with Tasm, the reason I put it below No Way Home is because there's no huge spectacle. And when I say spectacle, I'm not necessarily talking about action. I just really like what happened with Peter's character from the apartment scene on. I really love the May scene where she's the one that tells him with great power comes great responsibility. I love how the movie ended where Peter goes to tell Jay how they knew each other, and then he sees the Band-Aid and he's like, never mind, I'm tired.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, like the movie, again, the first half was pretty boring, but that second half is just such a great ride, man. Yeah. I love it so much.
Yeah. Okay. So next up, I have Spider-Man, the 2002 original.
Okay.
And the reason why I have it this high is because it's really as perfect as a Spider-Man origin you can get. It's such a good origin that the other films, besides Andrew Garfield, they said, yeah, we're not going to try it again because it's so on point from the comic books. It's got the campiness, sure, but really all Spider-Man comics are campy. I mean, Dr. Octopus, come on.
Yeah, man.
Like, come on. So there's a lot of campiness there. You also have a lot of great moments with Peter's character arc throughout the film, and also accepting the fact that he is Spider-Man, rejecting MJ that he's been chasing the entire movie. The discovery of his powers is just iconic. Muscle Man Randy Savage. I mean, of course,
3 whole minutes.
Ready. I got you for 3 minutes of playtime. Yeah, it's perfect, man. Really, and I think I don't really have many complaints except the fact that, some of the character dynamics is a little bit melodramatic, and I can hold the film back a lot. But from this movie, it's like a perfect origin story, and I don't really have too many complaints about it. The action still holds up. You get Rubber Band Peter a little bit with the CGI, so maybe that's something that doesn't hold up particularly well, but it's just, not many complaints about this movie, and I thought it was definitely better than some of the other ones on this list, and not many complaints.
I have Spider-Man 1 in the same spot as well. The top 5, man, it's just so great. I agree with damn near everything you just said. I really love Goblin. I love Willem Dafoe's performance. He's just so iconic. I'm something of a scientist.
Just myself.
There's just so many iconic lines. I love the full circle moment where Peter tells Uncle Ben, he's not his dad, stop acting like it. And then at the end of the movie, he accepts him as his father. And like you said, it is a great origin story. It's one of the best live action superhero origin stories we have ever seen to this day. It still holds up. If I do have a tiny little complaint, it is with some of the action. As much as I love the action, a lot of it is just kind of like heavy-handed punches. So like watching all the Spider-Man movies again, Peter doesn't fight like Spider-Man in this first movie. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but in the movies to come, like Spider-Man 2 and 3, he definitely uses webs a lot more. He's more acrobatic and stuff. But in this movie, he's kind of just throwing haymakers out there. I'm like, damn, Peter, shut off, bro. But other than that, I love this movie, man. It's a great movie. It's
great movie. Definitely. The third act definitely still holds up very well. I didn't expect him to get us whooped as bad as he did. He started screaming the way he was. Next up, I have, and this is gonna get interesting, I have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Dude, our lists are basically the same, man. We have a few swapped, So
I guess I'll have you go first on this.
Across the Spider-Verse, great movie, fantastic. I love it so much. Just like Into the Spider-Verse, the animation holds up. The animation is some of the best we've ever seen. I really love the characters. I love Hobie. I love how we got to see more of Gwen and her and her father's dynamic. I love the color palette of the movie. Everything about the movie visually was amazing. I love the story. Finding out that Miles was the anomaly, him trying to save everyone and learning that he can't. And like the movie, when you first saw the trailers, you think it's just going to be like cameo slot. Right. And like to an extent it was, especially with the chase scene. But a lot of the cameos that we got in the movie with all the spider people, they really did, you know, hit pretty hard. Like
used very well.
Seeing Spectacular Spider-Man for like a half second. You know,
didn't detract from the story, but it was still a cameo. Yeah, we can all agree. Or Toby and Andrew in the background of the web.
Because it all added to the overall story. And you know, Miles' character, you know, can only go up from there. I thought he was great in the movie.
Yeah, it was a visual spectacle. And the film really is like a Spider-Man fan's wet dream. This is everything you could want from a Spider-Man movie. It's bigger than Spider-Verse. It's got a lot of emotional moments. It's kind of more of a Gwen story at the end of the day, which I do enjoy the change up. I also think that a lot of the other characters were utilized very well. Miguel was a great introduction to people who don't know 2099.
Yes.
I'd love to explore it a little bit more in the next one for those who don't know much about its origin. I think the film as a whole is pretty much almost as good as Spider-Verse, but where it kind of brings it down a little bit more is that it's more of an incomplete story. Yeah, and with the other one, Beyond, coming out, this could go up higher. But for now, it's very incomplete and making us wait about 5-6 years. Crazy. Shame on you, Sony. Crazy, shame on you. Yeah. So that's why I put that there. Next on the list is, oh man, this is gonna be where we split.
This is where we're going to disagree a little bit, man. This is the top 3, baby.
Yeah. Number 3,
ladies and gentlemen, buckle in your seatbelts.
Yeah. Doc, that's your seatbelts.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts.
Next up, I have, and this is gonna be hard to say, Brand New Day. Yeah, I know this is where it's gonna be very hard for people, and it was hard for me too when making this ranking. But I love Spider-Man: Brand New Day. It's Tom Holland's easily his best film. They finally get the character down just right. He feels like the character that we've all been waiting to see on live action. He's got the inventiveness, he's got the tragedy, and I also love how the heroes are utilized more, not as glorified cameos, but they all benefit his story altogether. The Hulk fight in this film was amazing. Love seeing Savage Hulk back. That was a big highlight to me. I love seeing the choreography and the visual style that Destin brings to the film. That's the biggest standout to me as well. And I do think that the way the film goes is oddly very realistic for a comic book film, especially in moments where he doesn't get people like MJ back throughout the film, where they say, I don't love you, bro. I don't know you.
Yeah, it's not
like that. Yeah, and it's not even like in a mean way. It's just that she doesn't know him. Yeah. And I think the Jean Grey storyline was fantastic throughout the film. That being said, I think that they made Jean, and I'm looking back at the film, I did watch it a third time bootlegging. The Jean Grey storyline, I love the storyline, but I think that they made her too evil, man. I just, as much as I love Jean Grey and I love the Phoenix Force, she's not the Phoenix yet, and she's doing some horrible things. Yeah, straight up villain. And the film has that storyline with the sister, but I don't think the sister storyline justified anything that she was doing for the most part. And I think even parts where she was like tormenting Peter mentally, that wasn't necessary. Yeah, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to throw a grandpa in front of a moving car.
You're in my way. I'm gonna mentally torture you.
Mentally torture you. That was
Jean
like
Elaine Gray, relax.
I was about to say, right. And that was a bit unnecessary to me. And also, I didn't think that all the CG looked the greatest in some scenes. Because I did notice parts where he was swinging, right? It did look a little bit plasticky. It reminded me a little bit more of John Watts in some parts, not a lot. But it was the parts because they're using more of a realistic suit in this one that you can tell a little bit more clearly which parts are more CG. Yeah, okay, so that's my only complaints with the film. Other than that, the film is pretty much almost perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So in my number 3 spot, I gotta do Spider-Man 2.
All right.
This is where I knew we would disagree.
You know how much I sacrificed?
You know how much I sacrificed?
I love the power of the sun. Listen, Spider-Man 2, a damn near perfect film. Yeah. Like you said, for the longest time, you know, it was the reigning champ of Spider-Man movies, okay? This was the movie everyone loved, everyone glazed. It's, to this day, still holds up. It's amazing in almost every way. I love the story. I love Doc Ock as a villain. I love his relationship with Peter before he becomes a villain.
Yeah.
The movie's hilarious. It's iconic. I hate Harry, just like we all should. He just has such a punchable face. I hate that guy.
Well, and he's James Franco, so who knows what he was doing to the girls in that movie.
Yeah, him and Shia LaBeouf are kind of in the same category. But
that's a tough joke. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but a lot of the action is just so good in this movie. The train scene is still like a top 10 comic book action scene of all time. Where the movie loses me a little bit is I'm not the biggest fan of MJ, and I know that might be like a minuscule critique in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like it isn't, because she does play such a big role in this film and does go into a lot of Peter's motivations, and the fact that she's just kind of, hopping around dude to dude. I just don't buy their relationship. I don't get why he's so obsessed with her.
New York, man. New York, baby.
Yeah, it's just not the greatest to me. But I love how much New York loves him. I love his relationships with everybody, and how he tells May what really happened with Ben and everything, and how May's trying to get him money even though she's going broke. Like, it feels like such a well done, loved Spider-Man movie. Another critique I may have is that the action isn't as entertaining as the top two movies that we're about to get into. And that's why it's in my number 3 spot. It's a great film, damn near perfect. I love it, but just doesn't hit as hard as the top two.
That's fair. I'll give you that. Next up, I have Into the Spider-Verse. Look, Into the Spider-Verse is a phenomenal movie. I think that it handles animation well. I think it revolutionized animation in general, because even Ninja Turtles movies are using this animation story or style, right? I love the fact that this film made me from a Miles Morales not hater, but I wasn't the biggest fan of him in the comic books.
Yes,
this film is what made me go, I really like Miles Morales.
This movie gave him some swag. Man.
Yeah, I gave him swag. It gave him a much needed story. I love the parallels between him and Peter's storyline, where essentially Peter loses his Uncle Ben, and then his upbringing is more of losing his Uncle Aaron, who is a villain, the Prowler. I love that the film wasn't afraid to go for it in moments where you had moments like the Kingpin killing Spider-Man in the first act, and casually. And he says, just get rid of the body. I'm like, and it was just over that quick.
Killed that guy.
I love that it has the best Stan Lee cameo of all time, where it says always fit.
Eventually,
right? But it was like very relevant to Miles and the story. And What's Up Dangerous sequence is probably the most iconic sequence I can remember from a Spider-Man movie. Yeah, it was this full character arc put together. They balance all of these characters very well. And I think that in terms of a Spider-Man movie, it gets all of the characteristics of Spider-Man down, especially Peter Parker, him being a screw-up in this movie. And then Peter B, I should say. Yeah, the most relatable Spider-Man, but also Spider-Man. The saddest, man. Jesus, man. They put him through the ringer. Where the film, I think, brings it down from the number 1 spot for me is in its main villain. Kingpin's motivation makes sense. It's just I don't think that he was as much of a presence as the overall story in the film. It was like they kind of should have him show up for a couple parts where he's like, my collider. And then that was kind of the information we got there, you know what I mean? And I think that's where I think the villain wasn't as strong, but the rest of the story was pretty much perfect at that point. Yeah.
So in my number 2 spot is Brand New Day. Yeah, surprise. Everything you said about Brand New Day, I 100% agree with. I love Jean. I don't like that she didn't really suffer any consequences toward the end of the movie.
That was odd.
Throws an old man into a car. Jean, you're not a killer.
Right? Everybody said he could be alive. I'm like, you really want him to be alive after that?
Yeah.
Way of living is going to be terrible.
I do wish that the main villain was an actual Spider-Man villain, but I'm in no way disappointed with Jean and Metzger or whatever. The movie truly does understand Peter Parker. It's like Destin and the writing team sat down and locked themselves in a room for a month and read every Spider-Man comic ever.
A giant Spider-Man orgy.
Yeah, dude. They just understood the character so perfectly. And listen, Spider-Man 2 and Brand New Day are kind of interchangeable because they basically have the same narrative DNA. I just think Brand New Day does things a little bit better. I also, another big reason why I put Brand New Day in this spot is because I genuinely think that hand fight, man. I love that. I know you're going to disagree, but that hand fight, I still think
I didn't disagree with you. I was just saying I like the Hulk fight.
Okay,
but that's just the Hulk. But I love the Hulk.
Yeah, of course. You're a little biased.
Yeah, I'm a little biased, you know.
And I think that hand fight at the end was like a top 3 MCU fight. Maybe comic book fight of all time.
Arguably, yeah.
Yeah, it was just so fun, dude. It was just such a fun movie, man. Yeah. And it's like, even though people were cheering in like Endgame and Infinity War, you could still feel that in this movie, man. I mean, just such a great experience, such a fun ride. The movie was so colorful. It was so comic booky. Characters that I didn't like in the John Watch trilogy,
you end up liking, like MJ.
Yeah, MJ feels so mature now. I like her. She's not just going around frowning and giving people middle
Disney
fingers.
Channel.
Yeah, like she's a likable person. I can see myself sitting down in a conversation with her. I love the addition of the Punisher.
Yeah, funny scenes of shit.
Yes, the movie is just so much. I think the movie is so much more emotionally gripping than some of the movies that I put lower in the list. I felt myself tearing up a few times. Yeah, great movie, man. I don't really have many negative things to say besides the whole Jean Grey.
Yeah, that was the only part.
Yeah, man.
That was really the only thing, man.
Yeah, it's really the biggest thing for me. Other than that, great movie. Love it. Number 2, baby.
Okay. Surprise, surprise. Spider-Man 2 is my number 1.
Yeah.
And it has really nothing to do with nostalgia, y'all. I know some of you guys are going to come for me and say it's nostalgia.
Are you sure it's not nostalgia?
I'm positive. I rewatched all the films, man. I had to.
Yeah,
and I rewatched Spider-Man 2 to see if it was nostalgia. But no, I think it really is the perfect Peter Parker story with him struggling to pay his rent. I mean, what Spider-Man film opens up with him being late to deliver these pizzas? Let me dress up as Spider-Man so I can deliver these on time.
Hey, he stole pizzas.
He has so many iconic moments in there. Peter Parker is put through the ringer in this movie. He doesn't have really anything good until the moment of kindness in the film where someone gives him a slice of chocolate cake. That meant so much to me. And I also love the fact that the city really loves Spider-Man in this film. Doc Ock is a phenomenal villain, very understandable backstory, very tragic. And the tentacle design, just the practical effects are so good.
Yeah,
and still hold up to this day. And he has fantastic sequences, and the music in this film I think is still my favorite to this day. As much as I love Michael Giacchino, that's just the Doc Ock theme iconic. The Spider-Man theme is still iconic.
Yeah, Danny Elfman did that, right?
Yeah, Danny Elfman was on point with the music. And it still gives me chills. And the scene that almost made me get teary-eyed was Aunt May's talk to him, where he said, I believe there's a hero in all of us.
Oh my gosh, such a good scene.
Yeah, and the train sequence too. That fight at the beginning of the train sequence was amazing. The stopping of the train was exhilarating. And the scene where you saw New York. Oh man, I'm tearing up right now. When you had them say, we found something when, and they gave him the mask, and he looks at everybody and he's terrified because he's like, I took my mask off. And they're like, we're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, man.
And then he puts it on. He gives that look of like, man. Everybody, it was like the nicest moment that he had.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Spider-Man.
And then I love the fact that this is where I said I like it a little bit more than Brand New Day because it fixes the Jean Grey problem for me. Yeah, the thing I love about Doc Ock in this film the most is the fact that I think that it fixes the Jean Grey problem where, he did these terrible things, but at the end of the day, he did redeem himself, but not really. He did stop the sun. Yeah. But in doing so, he faced a consequence. He was taken out. I mean, and he said, I would die doing this, and he was okay with it. So that's why I said I was okay with that. And I love the celebratory moment that Peter has at the end where she's like, go get him, Tiger, and he swings off and everything. And that's like the happiest swing he has in the entire movie. Where the film does kind of lose me a little bit is some of the MJ stuff, but really the story follows Peter Parker like 90% of the film. So when MJ just comes in, I'm like, all right, I can skip past this. Go back to Peter. So that's why it was at my number 1. And Spider-Man 2, I think, is still one of the greatest superhero films of all time.
100%.
Changed my mind. I'm about to turn into what's his name again? Something Crowder or whatever.
Stephen changed my mind. So surprise, surprise. You haven't heard this movie on my list yet, so you already know what's at number 1.
What's in danger?
Into the goddamn Spider-Verse. That movie literally altered my brain chemistry. Just a little background. When Into the Spider-Verse was announced, it was the first Spider-Man movie. What was it, after Homecoming, right? No, when did 2018?
Yeah, it came out.
Yeah. So Homecoming wasn't great.
I think it came out after Far From Home.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The last few Spider-Man movies weren't great. I didn't have a lot of high hopes for it, so I went in with little to no expectations, and I left the theater with my love of superheroes revitalized.
Crying.
I mean, yeah, you know, my grown ass, I was like, what, 18, 19 at the time, my big age, I went home, started flipping this shit. Man, like, you know, that it was just so exciting. I sat down and played Insomniac Spider-Man for like 3 hours straight.
Just ain't nothing wrong with that.
Just swinging, just swinging around, because the movie really reminded me how much I love superheroes and how much I love Spider-Man. And the movie as a whole is not just a testament to how great Spider-Man is, but to how great superheroes are and to how great you and me are. Which is, the movie's message will hold up forever, for the end of time. The animation, again, like you said, it revolutionized animation.
It really had.
Almost every animated project
trying to replicate it. We almost got
exactly. The soundtrack, man, such a great soundtrack.
I said, "What's up, Danger?"
What's up, Danger? Yeah, man. It gave me my favorite interpretation of Peter Parker, Peter B.
Peter B.
I love him so much. The action sequences, the choreography was so good, man.
Yeah, man.
Just such a fun movie, and I didn't think that there could be an origin story that could compare or even top Peter's origin story, or or Batman's origin story.
Oh, somehow made it happen.
Yeah, this might be a hot take, but I think Miles's origin in Into the Spider-Verse is the best origin we've ever seen in a superhero film.
Arguably,
feel free to disagree with me. I loved all the other characters. I loved Gwen or Gwanda, yeah, I do agree that Kingpin was just fat meatball rolling around whining about the collider. But I think that he wasn't that big of a part of the movie to me. So I can't really see myself knocking too many points off about how, I guess, boring Kingpin may have been in that movie, because the movie was truly just about
Miles,
Miles and
all the other ones.
And I rewatched this movie a million times. I rewatched it the other night, and I still get teary-eyed at the scene when Miles is webbed up and his dad comes and he tells him he sees a spark in him. And he goes out and does the "What's Up, Danger" scene. It's so good, amazing, and I love how everyone was ready for him to be Spider-Man except him, because he was only Spider-Man when he believed in himself. May, he goes to May's house. She's like, "I was waiting for you, man. I got these web shooters.
I got these ready for you, man.
Like, we all knew that you were Spider-Man, dude.
It was just a matter of time.
It was just a matter of you believing in yourself, and then we get this full circle moment where after he does his first swing, his comic book is now on the table with everyone else.
Cinema.
It's cinema, man. When the movie ends, he's like, let's do this one last time, just like how the movie ended. I'm Spider-Man. And it truly revitalized my love for superheroes in general. I think Into the Spider-Verse isn't just the best Spider-Man movie, but it is my favorite movie of all time.
Became a Spider-Man Bible. That was basically all of our ranking of all the Spider-Man films. I know that's going to be a little bit controversial, especially for people who love the Tom movies. They're going to come for us in comments, but it's all right. We can handle it. But comment below your favorite Spider-Man movies, why you guys think the reason that is, and also let us know what you guys would like to see in future Spider-Man movies. I know I would love to see a couple of things they're talking about doing with Matt Gargan?
My boy Scorpion, absolutely.
I would do some stuff with him and Venom in the future. Just watch.
Oh, yes, please.
But pretty much that's it. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share.